Good morning, gang. It's United Kingdom Talk on this Saturday, the 15th of September 2018, coming to you live from our Bracknell Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. Good morning to you. Now, I'm sorry about the collar. I cannot get this to get right today for some reason. Look. Is it just sure? 1 minute it's falling down and then it's gone back up again. It's this side here, isn't it? Oh, look at my neck. Turkey. I'm getting a turkey neck now. It gets worse and worse, doesn't it? As the years roll by. Never mind the years. What about the months? We're halfway through September again. Oh, yes. Not long now before you got your chilly willies. Haven't you, right? Who's early this morning? Let's have a look. Adam the plumber gets the first message in this morning. Good morning to you, Adam the plumber. Welcome along to our little show. Adam had a bit of a day yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before, a funeral of a very good friend of his. So I hope that went all right, Adam. All right, my darling. Good morning to A. Morning to A. A very good morning to you, sir. John Parrish is there. Good news from John Parrish. I don't think they've been blown away, boys and girls. I don't think John Parrish has been blown away because he is in Philippines. Yes, in the Philippines. Good morning to Cordy. Morning to Kelly Kim, who says, missing you muchly, have been performing in a stage show, hence not being at karaoke. I will be down to see you in the meantime. To see you soon. In the meantime, I await this show in anticipation. Wonder what show you could be in. Is it The Lion King? Anticipation. Is it The Lion King? And the Circle of Life. Is it that one? No? Is it The Little Mermaid? Oh, that poor little thing. She's got no legs. But she carried on. She carried on with a little swimming thing, whatever it is, towel, after she lost her legs. And did she get her legs back at the end? I can't remember now. Oh, no, it was the other way round, wasn't it? She wanted legs. Oh, I can't remember. It's such a long time ago. I do like The Little Mermaid. Anticipation. Now, I don't know what that is. Is that ghastly Rocky Horror show? I've never liked it. I've never been to see it. I'll admit that. I just don't like the music. For some reason, I don't like the Rocky Horror stuff. Funny, isn't it? There's a couple of other people that I spoke to who are the same as that. We don't know why we don't like it. Just don't. Strange, isn't it? Too many freaks in there, dear. I personally don't know any freaks myself at all. Not a single one. Not even myself, no. Kelly Kim, thank you. Good morning to Diane Jeb. Kiki Dee. Hi, Chris. Are you happy to be home? Well, not really. Just I'm going between the two places. Am I happier or one or the other? That is what you're asking, isn't it? That's what you're asking. I know you are. Morning on YouTube. Joanna's there. John Parrish, as I say. Right. So how many things are you watching on this morning, John? Have you got us on Facebook or you both YouTube as well? That's what I call a proper dedicated fan. Trying to get the numbers up for me. Thank you very much. Excellent. John says all's well. Just got the raid. It's on its way to Hong Kong now because they had the you don't call it a hurricane, do you? Do you call it a tornado there? No, a whirlwind. What's the word? Whirlwind. Cyclone. Do you call it a cyclone there? Is a cyclone the same as a hurricane, but just a different word? Isn't it strange and mysterious? So many different words for the whole thing. Like here, centigrade and Fahrenheit, centipede and Fahrenheit. Here in the UK. All people in the we're just talking Fahrenheit here. There's no centipedes. There are no. It's very funny the way the Europeans decided to change Fahrenheit for centipedes, and the way they do it is that they use centipedes. Okay, and it depends how close they are together. And if they're very close together, that means it's hot. So you could have like a temperature today of say 30 centipedes. Because there are 30 centipedes shoved into a box and they're all very hot. If there's only one centipede in a box, then it would be cold. And that's how they worked out the temperature in Europe. And I think you'll find I'm very correct in that. I am indeed. Get a cravat. A typhoon. It's a typhoon. So is a typhoon the same as a cyclone and a hurricane? And why are there three different words? Why is this confusing? It's very, very... If everyone spoke English, the Queen's English, we wouldn't have these problems, not understanding what each of us are saying. So please, if you don't speak English and you're in another country, please learn it immediately, and then the world will be right again. Thank you very much. Kiki Dee says, I look happy today. I am happy at all times, Kiki Dee. I'm feeling much better. Absolutely much better. Ah, Wendy, I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're there, Wendy. Two things, Wendy. First of all, I'm just tidying up my paperwork. And when I pay out for something, probably the same as you, I keep a receipt for a period of time or a printout, something like that. And I've just found my single payment to you for my Manilow ticket that we just used last week. Look at this. Look at this. 16th of May, 2017 you did that. I've just found that now, so I can cross that out now, you see. And we recycle the paper, dear. Recycle the paper. So isn't that funny? I should find that at that moment. 16th of May, 2017. May, June, July, August, September. So that's nearly a year and a half we held on to that, didn't we? Blooming marvellous. That's not the other thing. That's not the only thing, Wendy. When I came out, I bet it didn't happen to you or any of the other girls. When I came out of the venue, I'm walking past the Tesco's Express. Those of you that don't know, I went to 2 Barry Manilow concerts last week. Fantastic concerts, as always. Right? Wonderful, wonderful music. Everyone dancing, everyone crying when he does the slow ones and all that. Anyway, on the Saturday night, this was at the O2 in Greenwich. One of the worst places ever to get to and from. It's just awful, awful place to get to and from. And when I came out, walking past the Tesco's Express, because you've got a Tesco, just a little bit of advice there for you boys and girls. Get your sweets in the Tesco Express, okay? Get your bags of sweets in there. Do not wait until you're in the O2, because you'll be charged an absolute fortune. A Coke was £4.50 once you'd gone through into the main sort of arena where all the shows happen. It's £4.50 for a regular Coke and £6 for a bag of bloody popcorn. You know, but on the way into the venue, there's a Tesco Express right outside it. Now, I must warn you, the queue can be 10 miles long coming out of there because everyone wants to get their stuff before they go in. Now, I'm not sure. In fact, I don't think you can take in bottles of drink. I've got a feeling you can't take in bottles of drink, but certainly bags of sweets you can. You know, you can get probably a bag of, I don't know, Maltesers for about £1 in there or something like that, or be charged £6 inside the greedy rip-off bit where they do all the shows and all that. So remember that, okay? Anyway, Wendy, so I'm coming out of the O2, show's finished, I got to the Tesco Express, and this young lad come up to me, right? And he said, hello, mate, because I had a flowery jacket on. He said, nice jacket, there you go, and handed me a flyer. I said, all right, thanks, mate, 3 flyers. They were all the same, one of these they were. And I thought to myself, oh, that'd be flyers for some club. Because usually you come out of these places and they're handing out flyers for clubs, you see. You know, go and see some blooming R&B or drum and bass band somewhere. What's that other music that they all like now? Drill music. Oh, that's just completely vile, drill music. So I thought, well, I'll have a look at those later because there was a little bit of rain coming down. And, good morning, Maureen. Maureen's with us this morning. Morning, Maureen. All right, darling. Welcome along to our little show, Maureen. All right? So I'm coming out there. So I've got these tickets in my hand and I'm walking down to my mate's car because my mate come to pick us up. Got in the car. And while we're in there, I thought, I've got these tickets. Let's have a look at these. These are flyers for some... I've just been handed these, Ronnie. Flyers for a club. So I looked at it and I thought, well, that's a funny club. Meet someone who hits all the right notes. I thought, well, that's where's the name of the club? And then I turned it over. The dating app for the over 50s. How rude! Dating app for the over... That's what I was handed as I came out of there. Rude. That's what that is. Rude. I was so horrified that some lad had decided that I might want to be on a dating app for the over 50s. Do I look over 50? No. I don't. Stop it. Did you get one? I bet you didn't get one. I bet none of the girls. He must have picked. I reckon my mate set him up. He probably had a load of flyers printed out and then got this lad to stand outside just to upset me as I came out and took me completely down on the whole thing. After coming out of there buzzing away, actually, my mate isn't the best person to be with after you've had a good night out somewhere, because he does tend to bring you down a bit. I don't know how he manages to do it. You just get in the car and you're full of, Barry and happy, and you've been singing and all that. And it's just, I don't know, he just manages to bring me down. I think I'm better off driving on my own. Never mind. So that's it. Wendy, next time you come and stay at the hotel with us for a couple of nights. Oh no, dear. I'm not staying in hotels. Not unless it's a caravan. We got into trouble for laughing too much and being too loud at the bar. Surprise, surprise, Wendy. I bet you were knocking them back, girl, weren't you? Like the rest of the Manilow girls there. Why don't we have a little drink with each other? Was it a bit like that? Were you all singing Barry Manilow songs? That's the nice thing. As you come out of Barry Manilow concerts, everyone's singing. There was a little group of ladies behind me singing the Copacabana. Good morning to Roy Brownlow. Morning, Roy. Merlin's there. Morning, Merlin is watching us on the train as it's moving day today. What, on a train? You're moving on a train, dear? How do you get all your stuff? How do you get the sofa in? I imagine they've got 2 doors, some of them, haven't they? Have you got all your moving stuff on the train, Merlin? How does that work? God, you've got to be very quick getting it in and out before those doors close, dear. Or you'll end up with your television in Putney and your sofa in Vauxhall. Very embarrassing. I would have got a van if I were you. You must have had a load of friends with you or something, all bought a ticket and taken an item of furniture onto the train. I bet they're pleased, the other passengers. Miserable bastards, anyone on trains, aren't they? They all sit there poking away at their little phone. Probably, most of them are watching me. That's probably the case, I think, yeah. I am hoping to have video screens of put up in airports just showing my shows. I think that's an excellent idea. I really do. Wendy did get one of those flyers as well. You did you? She says it's the beard and the moustache. I keep telling you. No, it stays. That's it, Wendy. It stays. Young people like it. Old people don't. That's all I'm saying. No, I never said you was old. All I said was young people like it, old people don't. And come on, we can't just pretend to be still 18 years old, Wendy. Look at me, love. I can't still pretend to be 18 still. Excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cough today. So last night was okay. I drove home from Lincolnshire. As you know, I spend half my week in Lincolnshire. Drove back from Lincolnshire, left as usual about 4 p.m. It's a lovely drive. It's a bit long, but it doesn't matter because it's a lovely drive coming from Lincolnshire back to London, because the first hour and a half, hour and 3/4, you're driving mainly through open countryside. It's just beautiful. It really is. So the time just passes so quickly. So much better than sitting for 20 minutes on the bloody Euston Road, which I absolutely hate that road. I've grown to completely, totally and utterly hate the Euston Road, which goes through London. So when I come from here to go to London, I have to go, here from where I am in Bracknell in Berkshire to King's Cross, where I work 3 times a week. I have to go on the Euston Road, and it's a nightmare, absolute nightmare, that road. So I got to work about 7:30 as usual. A little bit slow in parts, but for some reason we came down. It took us on the M1 coming back this time instead of the A1M, which means there was probably some sort of roadworks or possibly an accident, or it was all moving very slowly for whatever reason. So it will try and take you around that. And the sat-nav, I use Waze, incidentally, W-A-Z-E, which is a completely free sat-nav, and I've been using that for some time. It works very, very well indeed. I know some of you use Google Maps. My mate uses TomTom. Now, I've got TomTom. That's a paid one, and it's very good. But since their update, the picture of the car on the sat-nav doesn't seem to keep up. Do you see what I mean? So, there's a road coming up, and the road might be here on the map, but there's a road coming up, and you can see it's just there. And then, is that the road or not? And then you get to it, and suddenly it kind of it doesn't look like you need to turn right there until you're right on top of it. And then, of course, it's too late. Unless you're, of course, an Uber driver, and it doesn't matter how late you turn or brake and sod everyone else that's on the road. You know, if you're an Uber driver, that's a different law altogether to you. But I find the TomTom, the latest TomTom app, for some reason, it must be the way they've designed it. While you're driving along, it just doesn't seem to keep up with you. It's always, I don't know, a second or two behind. Whereas the Waze one, you know, you can clearly see where you've got to turn right and it's coming. Oh, yeah, that's close enough now. Must be, there it is there. With the TomTom one, it's, where is this? And it's gone. You've missed it. So it's one of those things. Paul says I used to get spam mail from Viagra, but these days all I get is spam for the over 50s dating. Or senior Vordeplaz, discount for RAPs. Is that what it is? It's quite insulting. How do they know? I don't still want Viagra to cheek. Wendy, the young... Stop going on, dear. You're not going to change my mind. This is staying. If you don't like it, so be it. I've told you that before, haven't I? I've said that to you before. If you like something, sod everyone else. Do it. I give you the same advice, my dear. I've listened to people over the years. Usually my best mate, you know, where I might be... I think quite like to decorate my room. Oh, what colour? I think I'll have a green. Oh, no, don't have a green. Don't have a green. Well, I like green. No, you don't want a green. I want green. Okay, well, let's go and choose a green. So you go into the paint shop, okay? And I did this in the living room. And I said, that's the green I want. No, you don't want that green. It's far too bright. It's awful. Yeah, but I like that one. No, don't have that green. Well, what green shall I have? Well, that one. Oh, I don't know about that. Go on. That's the one you should have, Chris. Go on, take that one. And I bought the paint, had the room decorated, and didn't like it. Don't listen. And my niece said this, actually. Don't listen to other people. Do what you want to do. Now, I don't know if you've seen, Wendy, actually, my caravan colours. I can't remember now. But I had that decorated recently by my sister. Very, very well painted as well, I have to say. She done a really good job. I can't lie, I was surprised. I thought, I'm really taking a risk here. No, she did it really well, the decorating in my caravan. And I had it done bright green, and I mean bright green. Bright green. Is that colour in here anywhere? Yeah, like those trees. That colour. Okay, that colour there. Bright green. And in the bedroom, bright blue. And I love it. My mate hates it. He absolutely doesn't mind the blue too much, although he wouldn't have it done himself. He absolutely hates the green, and I love it. I absolutely love the colour. So that's it. You mustn't listen to other people. If that's what you want to do, you go ahead and do it, my darlings. All right. Hello to Josh. Morning, Josh. Degrees and Celsius for me. Celsius, dear. What's that, Celsius? What's that? I don't know what Celsius is. Is that centipedes? Is that like centipedes? Wendy, the funny thing was the miserable git that said the receptionist who sat there texting on his phone most of the night came over and told us off. Same person on the reception the following night. He didn't dare tell us off again the following night, so he got one of the younger members of staff to do it. A bunch of women between the ages of 45 and 60 being told by a young lad what to do. I bet you told him where to go, didn't you? Go on, sling you up and go and make someone some coffee, you miserable little git. I can just imagine it now, Wend. Good on you, girl. Good on you, girl. John Parrish, blue and green should never be seen. But they're different bloody rooms, John. They're different rooms. You've seen those colours. I bet you hate them as well, don't you? Hello to Paul Mosley. Sunny Woolacombe. Where is that? Oh, they're in a caravan. Where is Woolacombe? I don't know where that is. In a caravan. Good morning, Paul. Have you got the one with the central heating? I hope you have. Might be nice. John Parrish takes Viagra to stop him falling out of bed. I know that one. I know that one, mate. I know that one. Good. So, got to work at 7:30 last night. A great karaoke night last night. Once again, lots of lovely new faces. We had the Lady Phoenix turned up with a very large crowd of people singing a couple of songs there. She wasn't doing too many photos of herself last night, so I don't know if she's paid heed to my advice that you only need to take one photo, maybe two of yourself in a night, not 200, which is what's been going on. So she was there last night, and it was Alan Bailey's official last night tonight. You probably know Alan. He often pops up on here and joins us for the show during the morning, usually during the week. He's not here this morning, but he turned up last night, and it was his official leaving do because he's got a new life starting in Sydney, in Australia in a couple of weeks, and he's 32, I think. And that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. 32 years old, young man going to Sydney, Australia of all places, because that's a fantastic place, I believe, for a young person to go and start a new life. I really do. And good luck to him. I hope it works. I really hope. I don't see why it won't. He's a friendly enough chap. You know, a bit left wing, but, you know, there you go. I'm not going to hold that against him. He was a bit of an activist. And funnily enough, we were having this conversation. I don't know how it came about how we feel about ourselves. And I'm, believe it or not, I have a very, very low opinion. And please don't come back and say, oh, you're great and all that. I'm not asking you to do that, right? I have had and always, not always, I have a very low opinion of everything I do. And I've had this for some years. I have a really low, I've never thought I was particularly good at anything that I do. That goes from doing this, DJing, doing the karaoke, playing the piano, anything like that. I've always had a low opinion of myself, except in my late 20s, early 30s, where I thought I was the bee's knees. Oh, God, didn't I? I thought I was the bee's knees. And it's funny, talking to older blokes, sort of around 50, the same as myself, a lot of them say the same. In the 20s and 30s, mid to late 20s, early 30s, up to about 40, you really think you are the dogs. You really think you are the bee's knees and you are fantastic at everything and everyone loves you and all that. And then something changes. I'm not sure what it was. And I became you're really not that good at all this, that and the other. Isn't that funny how you change like that? And what was it Alan was saying? Something sort of similar along those lines, how he wonders how he changed from being like this student-y type activist, wants to change the world, that sort of thing, to sort of a relatively more calm person now he was about 32. Which is interesting, isn't it, how we change over the years. So it was nice to see Alan Bailey there last night. It wasn't his last time he'd be in there, but that was his official last night before he goes off to Sydney. Damn good night. Damn good. John reckons confidence goes as you get old. Yeah, you could well be right there. Morning to Michelle White. Michelle is my favourite customer services representative in Waitrose in Bracknell, and it was her birthday yesterday. Good morning, Michelle. Hope you're well. Good morning to Gary Butler, who is very interested in everything going on this morning, aren't you, Gary? Welcome along to the show, Gary. Okay. That's very, very interesting. It really is. Yeah, and Gary nicked my ice cream yesterday. Don't. Good job you ate it. I'm 12 stone 7 at the moment. I've just weighed myself before I came upstairs. That's another 3 pounds I've put on that week. No more ice cream, dear. Eat the rest of it. Gary Butler's my nephew, and I went round there twice last week at night time. And the first night, I took him around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of ice cream. Terrible. It really is awful. As I say, slight delay coming in to work last night, but that was all right. Great night at the karaoke. Came home, had some dinner. Got up at 8 o'clock this morning. Nice. Come up, turn the computers on. I've done some Windows. There's a couple of large Windows updates that your computer might try and do. So I do those. If you've got a Windows machine, I do your updates perhaps as soon as the show's finished, as long as you've got nothing else to do. Give it half an hour, sort of long, not mega long, but you know, large. It's about 4 different updates I did this morning before I came on Came on to do the show this morning. I've put my washing on, and here we are now. My washing's going around in the washing machine as we speak. I'm going off to Halfords afterwards. I need a new bicycle pump. Might go swimming. I haven't been swimming all week, believe it or not. Yesterday, got a couple of photos to show you now, okay? Yesterday, went for a walk along the river. Now, where my caravan is, just 5 minutes walk from my caravan. You walk through the site, up about 5 steps, and there's the River Witham. Here's a little picture of me yesterday with my lovely sister. Can you tell it was a bit windy? Look at that. And that's Baby James. Baby James is in the house. Oh, yes. And we had a lovely time. It was lovely weather yesterday, walking along, as I say, by the River Witham. And I'm very pleased to announce that Baby James, I am managing to teach him to do noises such as buh, buh, and much to my niece's distress. So that's us having a walk yesterday. And I turned the camera around and I took a very short video, which you might hear a bit of wind here because it was very, very windy yesterday. I took a sort of a reverse picture. Usually you've got a picture of me looking out from the caravan. I turned it around this time, and up where where we were walking, you can just about see my caravan. So here we go. We're swinging around the field. As I say, it's very, very windy there. Okay, that's the field there. I'm up on the path next to the river. Right, and there I'm going to zoom in slowly on the caravan. And my one will be on the left. Not the white one. It's actually more difficult to see behind the 2 trees there. And that's a very short video, so that finishes. So that's looking back from it. Do you want to see that again? Let me show you that again. So as I say, we're standing on the river, next to the river. That's the field that's in front of my caravan. And there we are. See the caravans in the distance? On the right on the left-hand side, you see the big white one. I'm actually left next to that, behind those 2 little trees there. And that's whereabouts I am. So you can see it's just a beautiful outlook that I've got there. It really is. Paul says Paul's in North Devon. It is very posh in Devon. Caravan only 2 years old. New central heat in the lot. We're not in a crappy one on the end. I beg your pardon, Paul. How rude. Is it your own caravan? Have you bought that? Or are you renting it? I'm off on another caravan holiday. Actually, in a couple of weeks. When is it now? That's on in a couple of weeks. Monday week, I'm going to Yorkshire with my nephew Gary, who's with us this morning. Actually, there's Gary there, who nicked my ice cream. Gary and his family. I'm very much looking forward to a trip to Yorkshire. What I've decided to do, because Yorkshire, that's a long drive. That's a blooming long drive for me. It's like 4.5 hours. However, if I finish work on Saturday night, I can drive up to my caravan, which is about 2.5 hours at that time of night. 2.5, 2 3/4 hours. Stay there the Sunday and then drive to Yorkshire from there, because it's only about 2 hours absolute maximum from there. So that's a much better way to do it. So I'm going to kind of use that as a stepping stone this time, which is better. John says, confidence is like repairing a bicycle inner tube. When you were a kid, it took 5 minutes. Now it's an hour, and then you puncture it. Thanks very much, John. Thank you for reminding me of that. I am useless at DIY. And if you missed the show last week, I wanted to change an inner tube on the bike because it had gone a bit funny on the way back from church last Sunday or the Sunday before, one of the two. So I decided to change the inner tube. So I ordered 2 inner tubes online and a new tyre, because that looked a little bit worn around the edge. I've got this Schumacher or something like that. I think it's German or something like that tyre, and it's got this edge round it, this thing inside it, so it makes it very, very unlikely that you'll get a puncture. They don't guarantee it. You can still get one, so I replaced that as well because the tread was all worn. And the first one I put in, I had terrible trouble getting this blooming tyre and tube on, and eventually I got it on, and it wouldn't pump up, would it? I spent ages undoing the valve, doing it up, undoing it. Why won't this? Eventually, I took the tyre off, and I'd torn. Somehow, I'd managed to tear the inner tube where the valve goes in, and that was a brand new one. Good job I bought 2. I'm just completely, totally, and utterly useless at doing DIY. I really am. But there we are. Paul, oh no, it's a sun holiday, is it? So our Brummies can afford. Is that one of the £10 jobs? Well, they say it's £10, don't they? And then you get extra charges for using the facilities. That happened to me actually on one of those. I did one of those sun £10 holidays. Never again. Oh my God, ghastly people all around here. Ghastly. Oh dear. So I have to say the garden's looking quite tired at the moment out there. I looked out this morning and it all looks like it's starting to go to sleep. But isn't it fantastic? The garden, so soon it will look like it's dead. The garden will look dead, where all my flowers and things like that will look dead. And then, in the spring, it comes back to life again. What a shame we're not as lucky as that. When we're dead, we're dead. And that's it. Why can't we come back to life like flowers and things like that? Huh? Be nice, wouldn't it? Never mind. So that's what I've been up to, boys and girls. Don't. I even managed to break. I bet none of you have ever broken a dish drainer, a plate drainer, a plate rack, what you put next to the draining board. I bought this one. It was about 15 quid, I think it was. Plastic, bright colours, of course. You know me, bright colours. And it was flat like that. And there's a little thing that goes up like that. It's got holes in it for the knives and the forks, you see. And anyway, but it arrives flat. And this thing, I thought, well, I must just, and I saw the bit, I thought, oh, you must just turn it. So I'm pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it, and it wouldn't turn around. Of course, I've given it a good tug, broken the damn thing, haven't I? Only had it 5 minutes, broken it already. Then I tried to fix it with my no more nails. No, that's not having it. Won't stick, because of course the plastic is too shiny. And someone said, well, you need to file it down a bit and scratch it up a bit, and then it'll stick all right. Well, won't even go together now, because the no more nails has got hard. And once you've got no more nails stuff on, which is like a sort of glue stuff, yeah, that is solid after that. Oh, God, useless. Paul says that they upgraded. Total cost in the end was £140 for 3 nights. There were some smelly people around. Oh, there certainly are. £140 though for 3 nights holiday. That's not bad, I suppose, is it? That's less than £50 a night. And you've got all your electricity and gas and all that there. And £6 each to go into the club. It does mount up, but only £50 a night for a decent caravan. Yeah, that's all right. That's not mad. That's not bad. John you broke a drone. Have you got a drone, have you, John? See, I wouldn't mind a drone. I'd like to take some, like the opening film, the 5-minute film that's on. You know why that's on, so it gives people time to join us before we actually start. I'd like a few to make with a drone, but I don't think I'd use it much. I think a drone is something that for a couple of weeks, oh, wow, look at this, and then it'd go in the box. So I probably wouldn't do something like that. I reckon my brother-in-law will buy one of those at one point. I bet you he'll buy a drone. I bet you he will. I bet you will. Kiki Dee, please film some more D.I.Y. I should have done. There would have been a lot of swearing on that one, Kiki Dee. There would have. Right, let's do some news stories this morning. I'm really shocked at this. Really shocked at this. Now, this is on the BBC news site yesterday, right? A row firm. Hang on, let's just give you another camera angle, shall we? Where shall we go? Number 3, that's it. It's a bit far over, isn't it? Can you see? Oh, no, it's frozen. I've frozen. I don't know if that's a good look or not. Oh, well, we can't do that. Never mind. Back on here. A row firm is changing its policy, and I should bloody well think so as well, following a backlash after a passenger was charged 10% of the cash found in his lost wallet for its return. This is outrageous. I mean, they're just money-grabbing bastards, all of them. There's so much of this greediness going on, there really is. I had a conversation the other day. When the gas people, they come on, one day, say Monday, they come on the telly, oh, well, we're going to have to put up our prices. They're all going up another 20% due to the wholesale costs. And that's on the Monday. And then on the Tuesday, they come back on the BBC Breakfast Show. And British Gas is pleased to announce profits of £500 million. I don't know how they get away with it. And everyone is so bloody greedy now. You've only got to take your car into the garage and see the greed that goes on in there. It's worse down here than it is up north. I'll tell you that now. It absolutely is. In fact, my sister has suggested next time I change the car to try a garage up north first, because she reckons it would be cheaper for me to do it up there, which is an interesting point. Anyway, to the story. Adam, this bloke Adam, had to pay £8.60 commission, as well as a £2 you may say it's only £10, but it's the principle here. It's the principle. As well as a £2 administration fee to have his wallet returned after he left it on a train. Arriva Trains Wales said it would return a commission to him and change its policy immediately. Well, I should bloody well think so as well. It comes after the fee was described as outrageous on social media. The rail operator initially said its lost property charges were in line with other rail operators, but a further statement issued on Friday said it was taking action following feedback. I mean, you couldn't make it up. I didn't know that companies charged to get your lost property back. This is new to me. I'm fairly careful with my stuff, wallet, mobile phone, little bags, things like this, that and the other. But other people aren't. The umbrellas that you find, certainly in nightclubs, and mobile phones, always find mobile phones in nightclubs. People literally, they fall out of their pockets, or they leave them on the table and they go to the toilet. The mobile phone is usually never to be seen again because it's been nicked. Never ever leave your purse or anything on a table in any club in any part of the world. That's my advice to you there. Little fingers everywhere, dear, fingers. But to actually pay, I never knew that companies charged for you to get your lost property back. That's just horrible, isn't it? Horrible. The story says Mr. Howes left his wallet on a train journey from Cardiff to Lydney in August. I received a letter stating they had found my wallet and there'd be a £2 release fee. It was only when I picked it up they told me the money had been removed, put in their till, and they would take 10%. I understand there's a set release fee, but it's odd why there's a different charge if you have more money. A wallet with a £2 inside and a wallet with £100 inside go through the same process. I think people are shocked by the train operator's policy. Although they say now that they have now changed their policy. But, I mean, isn't that just awful? It really is. It really is. Wendy says, come and buy a VW from us in Preston. Wendy, do you sell electric cars there? I'm after an electric car. Toyota, I have very, very high praises of Toyota. Really high praises, very reliable cars, great service and all this, that and the other. But they don't have a 100% electric one, and there's not going to be one for another few years. I'm due to change car next year. So what do you have? I'll look it up, actually, electric VW. The other thing is, Wendy, it's got to be quite high up. I can't be sitting low down, dear. It does my head in, sitting on the ground. No, I've got to be sitting sort of fairly high up, like a SUV. I think it's SUV. What does that stand for? It's SUV, sports utility van, is it, or something like that? An SUV, something like that. I'll have to look that up, Wendy, and I may well take you up on that offer. Oh yes. Hello to Tony Carroll. Good morning, Tony, who's in Leven Holiday Park, New Zealand. Great rugby game from the All Blacks, South Africa. Oh, you'll enjoy that on the telly, won't you? You'll enjoy that on the telly today. So that's the Aviva news. Other news here. Now, we love who loves a Christmas grotto? You love it, don't you? Don't you wish you was still a child who could sit on Santa's knee again? Yes. I've been to a couple of Christmas grottos over the years with my niece, my nephew, and their children. And it's quite a magical experience, I think, to go to a Christmas grotto. And you've got Christmas grottos and you've got Christmas grottos, if you see what I mean. You've got some which are really basic, you know, bloody some old git sitting in a red chair with a little plastic tree in front of him. And you've got others that are really well decorated. And we go to this place. We've been to this place twice. I can't think what it's called now. It's like a child's theme park. I can't remember what it's called now. And it's in Lincolnshire. Is it going to come to me? I can't remember now. Anyway, so we've been there twice, and that's all right. But Harrods has got to be the one, hasn't it? I've not been myself, but you can imagine what it's like. Beautiful decorations, a proper old-fashioned Santa sitting there, and a decent gift, not some plastic thing. And yeah, you would expect to pay to see Santa, wouldn't you? You know, to get a decent gift. I don't know what. In Harrods, probably about 100 quid, I would imagine, to go and see Harrods, the Santa in there. But you'd expect a decent gift for that. Well, don't think you can just pay and go. This is in the Telegraph. And the story goes, again, a story from yesterday, actually, last night. It's a magical Christmas tradition, this is in the Telegraph, adored by children. But this year, Harrods have decided they will only be allowed to sit on Santa's knee if their parents have spent enough in the store. Now, I think this is a bit mean. For the first time, the famous Knightsbridge department store has said its annual Santa's Grotto is invite only, making it accessible only to regular Harrods Rewards customers deemed to have splashed enough cash over the past 12 months. The Daily Telegraph has been contacted by Harrods shoppers with children who said they are so angry at being denied an invitation to visit Santa that they are prepared to boycott the store. One mother, who claimed she had spent more than £12,000 at Harrods over the past year, said she was made to feel like crap after staff told her she was not a big enough customer to take her children to the grotto. This is awful, isn't it? She claimed she was told by a member of staff that even people who had spent £15,000 in a year might not qualify to gain access. Harrods declined to reveal what customers would have needed to spend to be invited to meet Father Christmas, claiming a range of factors, including frequency of visit, was also taken into account. Another mother who was denied entry said the policies had put an end to a family tradition of over 20 years. The woman was a Harrods Rewards customer who had spent around £250 over the past year and was told this was not enough to qualify. Shocking. Harrods Reward customers who are selected to attend the grotto are allowed to bring up to 8 guests to meet Santa, which parents denied access to the grotto said they felt rubbed salt into the wounds. They will be charged only £20. They will be charged £20 per child on entry if they decide to take up the invitation, which includes a visit to Santa as well as an exclusive gift. A Harrods spokesman said the Harrods Christmas Grotto experience is this year available by invitation only. Customers invited to visit the grotto this year were sent an email on the 22nd of August. We care hugely about making a visit to the grotto as magical as possible. Therefore, tickets are extremely limited. Each year, we are overwhelmed by requests for the Harrods Grotto experience, which we make every effort to facilitate. Unfortunately, we simply cannot meet the demand. So, I mean, that's dreadful, isn't it? Isn't that awful? Everyone should be allowed to go and... I mean, 20 quid. I've got to say, I'm surprised at that. 20 quid to go to Harrods to see Father Christmas, but you've got to be invited. And you've got to spend, according to that story, over £15,000 in a year. Imagine going to a shop and spending £1,000 a month in it. Blimey. So, bad on you there, Harrods. Not impressed with that at all. I wonder if you or you've taken children, either yours or someone else's or great nieces and nephews, have you ever been to a really good Santa's grotto? Perhaps you could recommend one for all of us who are watching the show, perhaps now or a little bit later on the recorded or on the catch-up thing. Is there anywhere that you could recommend? I can recommend this adventure. Let me see if I can find it. Children's Theme Park, Lincolnshire, innit? Let's see if I can find it now. I bet I can. Sundown, that's it. Sundown Adventureland. Theme park for the under 10s. And it's a lovely little place, actually. The food area is a bit basic, I must say. You know, it's burgers and chips and pizzas and that sort of thing. But it's okay. Sundown Adventure Park. That's the one in Lincolnshire. So they have a Santa's grotto there, which is quite well done. You get your photo taken and all that business. A little singing thing as you go round in this thing, which is quite nice. Selfridges Birmingham. Is that quite a good one, Paul? Have you seen one? Lapland. No, I can't recommend Lapland to you. Oh, the real Laplands, maybe, yes. They have this thing all over the UK, different places. We have one here in Bracknell, actually, called Lapland UK, and that's just awful. It really is. People who have said to me, actually, I think my nephew is taking his children there, but I can't recommend it to you at all. It's really basic. They were on Watchdog one year, and just a few trees, a little scattering of blooming tinsel here, there, and everywhere, and a couple of reindeers walking around. That's about it, and some straw on the ground. Very, very basic, and I don't recommend Lapland UK at all to you. Perhaps the real Lapland might be a good place. Yeah, there you go. Wendy says, is it Sundown? That's the one. Sundown is the one. Yes, indeed. Good morning to Russ Philip Vernon. Morning, Russ. Welcome to our show, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's have a look. No, VW don't have 100% electric either. They're very good to come by. T-Rock would be good for you. T-Rock. Let me have a look at that. T-Rock. At the moment, Wendy, I don't know if you know, I've got a hybrid. Mine's a hybrid. I get quite good miles to the gallon, to be honest. I can get 55 miles to the gallon on that usually. In fact, I did on the way down last night. I usually get about 55 miles to the gallon. It's a way, but I drive very sort of reasonably, sort of 50, 55 miles an hour on the motorway, something like that. Good morning to Paul Gallagher. Very late in this morning, Paul. We're about to finish here, mate. Dear me, do try and keep up with us. Good news on the television. It's kind of good news and bad news. The good news is it's the last one. The bad news is it started. Big Brother. Oh, yes, there they are. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they have that many viewers watching that programme anymore. And yet, it still manages to be on the front page of all the bloody papers this morning. And there they are. The freaks come out at night. And there she is, old Emma Willis there. And she's looking a bit rough, I must say. She's looking a bit rough. The old Emma Willis there, standing there, trying to look all excited. And there they are. I love me. I am a freak. Every one of them looks a total and utter freak. God's sake. And you just know what they'd be like in there. Rowing and fighting and shagging. And that's it. But that's it. And that's what the people who run these TV programmes think you want, you see. Well, it's on there now. Is it Channel 4? Either 4 or 5, one of the two, I don't know. Trash television at its worst. Well, the good news is it's the last one. I believe it's the last one, so that is excellent news. Excellent news. Chris Bedwell just joins us towards the end of the show. Good morning, Chris. I see that you've got paid. You've got paid to do a YouTube video. Is that right? Congratulations. Chris, are we allowed to know how much you got? Is it like low? Is it like $60? Or is it like $500? Are we allowed to know that, Chris? Chris done a bread making video. Chris, please put a link on there to your bread making video so we can watch it afterwards. Make you a little bit more money. How do I make money doing this? As I've said to you before, no one's going to pay to watch this, believe me or not. Paul's off to Barnstable. Good morning, Ilfracombe for the day. Enjoy, Paul, okay? Enjoy that. All right, let's do today's birthdays. And then I must get going this morning, boys and girls. Got to go down and get a new pump for my bicycle. Happy birthday this morning to Jason Curry. Good morning, Jason. A very young 24 years old today. Happy birthday to you, Jason. Stacey. Hello, Stacey. Stacey Meow is 34 years old today. Happy birthday to Stacey. John Griffin, 30 years old today. Morning, John. Giuseppe, Giuseppe, ciao bella in Italia is 36 today. He's been a couple of times to sing at karaoke. Lovely voice. Happy birthday. Richard Matthews, 35 years old on this Saturday. Dennis Ranger. Good morning, Dennis. You're very quiet recently, Dennis. Where have you disappeared to? 42 today. Blerton Rhett Cherry, is it? Is 29 years old today. David Vaughan, a young 61. Paul John Rafter, happy birthday to you. And Alvin Chandra, it's his birthday as well on this Saturday, the 15th of September, 2019. Happy birthday to you all, boys and girls. Where's my birthday song gone? There it is, there it is, there it is. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. It's coming. It's coming. Blah, blah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Ah, there we are. Chris has come back to us now. He's running a half marathon today. Oh, rather you than me. Oh, dear. Actually, I used to do running, Chris. It's a few years ago now, but I started having problems with my knees and I was told to stop. But I get where you are with the running. It's just wonderful being able to, and you've run, you know, I got up to an hour actually, non-stop running for an hour. I think the problem is I was going out and doing it every single morning. And it started damaging my knees, so I had to stop doing that, I'm afraid. He's laid up with a cold. Oh, God. I had that last week. It's almost gone now. My throat's still a bit sore. I've got a very, very minor cough. But apart from that, I'm not doing too bad now. Chris got paid £60. I thought it would be about 60 quid, yeah. The video has 75,000 views. Can't get any more money from it as YouTube changes the requirements for advertising and I don't meet them anymore. Yes, my brother-in-law's fallen foul of this as well, unfortunately. Now, my brother-in-law, he makes videos almost, I think, every few days. I'm here every day. And my videos, as I say, I talk rubbish for an hour with great enthusiasm. That's what I do. That's what this show is. I talk rubbish for an hour. Friendly. I hope you find it quite friendly. People talking to each other. That's what I do. I talk rubbish for an hour with great enthusiasm. My brother-in-law does DIY type videos. And if you want to learn how to do something, he will make a video, learn to do it himself, and then make a video and up online. And he used to make a few $100s a month out of that, which was very nice. Thank you very much. But they changed the rules a couple of weeks ago, and he's not getting anything at the moment. Nothing at all. And he reckons he's lost about 500 quid so far from that. There was a particular video he did, I think. I can't remember what it was now. He was telling me. And this one was doing quite a sort of new one. You know, it's only been out a few weeks. And it suddenly took off. Well, he's got nothing at all from it. You know, it depends what you want to do. You see, I don't do this, as you probably gathered, to make money. I just sit here and I like to have a bit of a chat with you. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy your points of view coming across and my points of view coming to you. I just enjoy doing it. The doing this was never about. It would be lovely to make a bit of money out of it. It would, but it's not. That's not why I do it. Whereas other people, I think my brother-in-law does it to try and make a bit of cash. But they've changed the blooming rules, YouTube, and he's got to be. What word did he use? Verified or checked out or something like that. He's got enough subscribers and enough views, but now it has to go through some sort of process where they check it all out and then you might get some money for it. But of course, all this time, there's nothing coming in now. He's really disappointed at that. And it looks like the same's happened to you, Chris. Search Bedwell's Kitchen on YouTube. How to bake a white bread loaf from scratch. I shall have a look at that. Bedwell's Kitchen. Let me just copy that for later use. Thank you very much. 2018. Who said it was 2018? Did I say it was 2019? When? What, on my calendar? No. What, on there? No. When did I say 2019? Sorry. Chris says, shocking. It's really put people off. I'm going to have to make a bit more if I think I wanted to do that. I just did make the video for fun, so I was surprised when it had so many views. Yeah, you never know. Actually, the most viewed program I've ever done was it's either the Barry Manilow concert in Cardiff, which I think had something like 15,000 views. If you're worried about numbers, I don't worry too much about numbers at all. And then I think the next one from that was a video of some Christmas lights. Let me look it up. Which I did a couple of years ago, and that's got thousands of views, more than this. Perhaps people just get bored of me talking. I don't know. Let's have a look. See if I can find it for you. The Christmas lights one. 1 minute. Christmas lights, is that it? There we are. It's not as many as I thought then, is it? Oh, here we are, yes. No, that's not it. 1 moment. That's not it. There's my Christmas lights one. Come on, where are you, Chris? Oh, there we are. The Christmas lights one has got... Oh, I can't find it. Try another one. Try the word Christmas. Is that it? Christmas Eve? No. I can't find it. No, oh, I'm sure it'll turn up again at some point. Isn't there a way of seeing which is your best ones or something like that? Let's go to home. I'm interested in myself now, funnily enough. YouTube originals. There we are. Mixes. Watch it again. Would it be on my videos? Is it my videos, perhaps? Or my channel? Let's try my channel. Oh, there it is. There we go. So, oh, wow. Okay, so the one that we did for the Barry Manilow Welsh one, when that was from Cardiff on the 24th of June, 2 years ago, 2016, 21,000 on that one. That's my most watched video. Followed by a Christmas background video from nearly 10 years ago. Christmas background video, 2009. And that's just lights in London, 15,000. So they're my two highest ones. No, it wasn't the O2 one, Wendy. It was one from Cardiff. Definitely one from Cardiff. All right. Okie doke. That's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining us, boys and girls. A pleasure, as always, to talk to you. I'm off now to get a new pump for my tyre. Hopefully I won't rip another hole in the side of the brand new inner tube. Have a lovely Saturday, and I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye now.